We're going to talk Evergreen Geoduck basketball with Cameron Swanson. And Jake Hargens gets a tip in as time expires. And the Dort Defenders defeat Northwestern, and they're still celebrating in Sioux Center. Cascade Hoopstock starts right now. Hey, let's start with our milestones like we always do. NAIA Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. What an honor. Taj Anderson, he's from LSU Shreveport, the Pilots. He was the Offensive Player of the Week. And Jamal Gibson out of Southern University of New Orleans, SUNO, they are the Knights. He is the Defensive Player of the Week. Congratulations to those two young men. What an honor to be selected from that out of all the players in the NAIA. Good job. Also to Torrey Cargo, Dillard University Blue Devils, 1,000 points and counting. Again, what a great milestone to reach. He'll be in the record books for his entire life. He'll be able to bring his grandkids over to the school and show where he's in that program name. Let's jump right into the GPAC, where, as I said, Dort University defeated Northwestern. They swept them in the GPAC this year. They beat them both times. This was a barn burner, 81-79. Jake Hargens, he had tipped it in. His time expires, and the Defenders win. They're in Sioux Center, and the DeWitt goes crazy. Connor Milliken, 15 points, 2 rebounds. Luke Rankin, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. So they go 21-2, and they're going to host Midland on Saturday. So Northwestern, they go to 20-4, and it not getting any easier for them because they have to host Northwestern. They host Concordia on Saturday. So looking at the standings or the rest of the games, one other game we wanted to mention. Morningside won again. That keeps them right up near the top of the conference. So let's look at the standings. Dort now has a game and a half on Concordia. What is that? 2 games up on Northwestern and Morningside. So if I'm Dort, I'm rooting for Northwestern on Saturday to get 4 losses to Concordia and get a little spread. But look at this. Dakota Wesleyan is really close. So of these 5 teams here, they're all within just a few games. Dakota Wesleyan is really in that battle for second place right now. So Concordia on Saturday will be at Northwestern. Hastings will be at Morningside. And Mount Marty will be at Dakota Wesleyan. See if Dakota Wesleyan can keep winning and get into that fight for that second spot. Over to the Hart Conference, Baker University beat Central Methodist tonight, 94-62. Noah Rugatuso, 22 points, 8 rebounds. Ahmed Magoob, he had 14 points, 6 rebounds. So the Wildcats, they go to 20-3, and they will be at Mount Mercy on Saturday. Smart Marty. They're at Mount Mercy on Saturday. Look at the rest of this conference games tonight. Mid-American Nazarene won again. I'll show you in the standings. They keep sneaking up there. The rest of the games kind of happened the way we expect. Clark at Culver Stockton was postponed. So Baker still has a pretty good hold on the conference, but Graceland, Peru State, Mid-American Nazarene, and Park are all, you can see that they're all pretty tight there. So William Penn will be at Mid-American Nazarene. That's a game to watch. And Central Methodist will be at Peru State. Graceland will be at Park. And then on Thursday, they play as well. Those are the games in the Heart. Okay. Let's go down to the Crossroads. Bethel defeated St. Francis. This was a pretty good game. St. Francis kind of controlled it early. but Bethel was able to come back toward the end and win this thing 75-70. Trent Edwards had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and fill it up McBride. Some people call him Luke. 20.7 rebounds. He went 6 for 14 from 3. You can't leave that guy open. Bethel, the Pilots are 18-5 now, and they're going to host Mount Vernon Nazarene on Saturday. Grace College had a battle. They almost lost this thing in regulation. Taylor missed a free throw. They tied it, but they ended up tying it up. Goes to overtime. Grace won 90-84 to get the win. Ian Roush, 23.6 rebounds, and Ian Scott, who's really beginning to have one of the best seasons in the country, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Grace goes to 19-4, and they'll be at Goshen on Saturday. And then Huntington defeated Mount Vernon Nazarene 68-57, a kind of a defensive battle there. Lane Sparks, 23 points, 5 rebounds. Landon Jordan, 14.6 rebounds. They're going to host Marion on Saturday, and Huntington goes to 18-5. Looking at the rest of the conference, one other game. Indiana Wesleyan, we're going to talk to Greg Tonigal tomorrow. Listen for that. But they went over to Spring Arbor, a tough place to go, and they got beat by 9. So there's all the games. So Grace and Bethel now are tied, but they have a pretty good spread between them and second and third place. So Huntington, St. Francis, they're tied for, I guess that'd be third, and then Spring Arbor is right behind them. So let's look and see what's happening on Saturday. Marion at Huntington, that's a big game. Mount Vernon Nazarene's going to be at Bethel. Watch that one. St. Francis has to go to Indiana Wesleyan. So I think those are the key games on Saturday. Hey, let's take a listen to Cameron Swanson. Just a quick background. Evergreen is a Cascade Conference team. They've struggled. They have had good years, like 10, 12 years ago. In the last 20 years, they've had some good seasons. Let's just say that. So they can win there, but the program has really, really struggled, and they've kind of had a parade of coaches. Cameron Swanson, this is his first full year trying to turn around a team that really just hasn't not been able to win. But his goal right now is just to get them competitive. And we talked to a lot of coaches on this show that are, highly successful in their craft, who have built winning programs. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to talk to a young guy trying to build his first program and starting at a place that really had struggles for a few years. So we just kind of lounged in his office. It's not a fancy interview, but let's take a listen to myself and Cameron Swanson, Evergreen Geoducks.
Hey, Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. I'm sitting here in Olympia, Washington. Cameron Swanson, he's the head men's basketball coach, Evergreen. Just to start out, I came up here this summer. This is your first full year rebuild.
Yep.
Rebuilding is tough, especially in this conference. You've come close a few times. You've had some ups, some downs.
Yep.
Kind of talk about where you guys are right now, the Geoducks.
We're trying to be competitive in every single game. I'm really, really stressing to these young men, like, worry about this process, don't worry about the results. And I think that's been the biggest stressor for us. Once we're competitive in the games, then we'll start worrying about the results. Let's just be competitive in every single game and fight. And losing's tough on a young man's ego, but our guys are battling every single game. And I think the last 3 games have kind of proved it. We definitely had a down moment for a couple of games, but again, playing well at Bushnell, playing well at LC State, and playing well at Walla Walla really helped us out.
So you're right in the middle of it, and so are your guys.
Yep.
But kind of watching it from afar, again, you and I already talked about this before, but programs never turn around by winning big games. You start by being competitive.
Yep.
You've really started to be competitive. What does it mean to you as a coach, your guys, and to Evergreen State College to go into Lewiston and play with one of the top NAIA teams in the country and have a chance to win at the end?
We we had a moment where our best free throw shooter and one of the best free throw shooters in the conference had 3 free throws to tie the game and send it to overtime. Unfortunately, missed it, and so we were extremely happy with the game. Not happy with the outcome, but again, we're trying to stress to these guys, worry about the process, and the outcome will take care of itself. In this time of age, it's not going to happen right away, especially at our level, the small college level. We're kind of behind the 8 ball on a few things, and so as long as we're competitive and we battle, I'm happy.
So talk about the psyche of the team when you pulled out of Lewiston. I mean, it's one thing. There are no moral victories, right?
No, not at all.
So you pull out of Lewiston. Everybody knows let's just say it's a tough trip over to Walla Walla. It's a weird game time.
Yep.
You had to do your shoot around somewhere else.
Yep.
You had to play at the community college. Talk about the psyche of the team. You ended up losing a close one to Walla Walla.
You know, Walla Walla's gotten our number a few times. He's an awesome coach over there. He's doing a really well job. And, you know, they battle and they're super well connected and they play extremely hard. And I think it was one of those Saturday games, that late night game. We didn't have a couple of our starters, and I'm not going to take anything away from Walla Walla. They played and they're ready to go. And we just didn't have enough in the gas tank for the whole game.
Their big guy's awesome, isn't
Man,
he?
he had some awesome moments. To me, to be honest with you, Andrew Vaughn was the X factor for sure. An awesome player and just got it done when his team needed to get done.
So you're here at Evergreen. You're working on a turnaround. This is a program that really has went through a rough patch.
100%.
And you're working really hard to try to turn around. And you're doing this in the middle of the Cascade Conference, where you got LC State, you got College of Idaho, you got Southern Oregon, you got Corbin, you got Oregon Tech. I mean, there's really no get well games for you, is there?
Oh, not at all. You know, and we're trying to be the not get well teams for everybody right now, and that's a part of the battle. Again, we're not going to blame or complain or point fingers over here in our program. It's basketball, and we're going to try to just build it up day by day. And hopefully we get to the moments where we're the teams that you have to circle on our schedule. So we're ready for it, and we're happy about what we're doing. What
do you think right now, would you say, are 1 or 2 of your competitive advantages where you're going, you know, these couple of things we're doing we're starting to do well?
You know, we're getting connected. I think the guys that we want back next year are playing really well together, and so that's awesome. And then, you know, they're just playing extremely hard right now. And again, losing a lot of games does a lot on your psyche and your mental.
Big time,
these guys never complain. At one point, we had like the top 10 roughest schedule in the country, so they never wavered from it. They played hard. And again, as long as we're connected, that's all I care about, and that's what we're building. Try to get a most connected group as we can.
Yeah. So you're, are you having fun here?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
You're in your second year. What is it? Is it everything you thought it would be?
No, it's definitely. You know, there's been some challenges for sure. There's some ups and downs. You know, again, we're not going to try to find excuses here. There's opportunity for us to win basketball games, and we're going to do it. We just got to find the right guys that want to be here, and hopefully the next few years as we build this program, we'll have those guys in here. We're very excited where we're headed. Again, the record's not showing it, but you know, it's just being competitive, and we're not going to worry about the results right now. We're going to worry about the process the whole time.
Just for a moment, talk about. I think it's a big plus for Evergreen to be part of the Cascade Conference. Kind of gives you instant credibility.
Yeah.
Just talk about the conference. What does it mean for Evergreen to be in it?
Yeah.
And what does it mean for you as a coach? Can I go off? I'm going to go off script for a second. I watched you at a game at Oregon Tech. It was pretty crowded.
Yep.
And the crowd got up and they were starting to introduce players. And I watched you, and you look like, man, I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, no.
You look like you were just having fun almost.
Oh man, I get to tell a lot of people every day. Like I wear sweats every day of my life. It's not really a job. Right?
So do I, but I'm retired.
Well, and so like Oregon Tech's a beautiful gym. I just wanted to soak it in. You know, we don't get to play in front of 1,500 plus people a lot of the times, and so that was awesome for us, and it was a great experience for our guys. And so, oh yeah, I'm having a blast. You know, Evergreen's an awesome institution itself, but then the Cascade Conference is just, it's amazing. We have some of the best coaches I've ever been around, I've ever seen. The gyms going into OIT is amazing. LC State's awesome.
Eastern College of Idaho.
College of Idaho.
Yeah.
Southern Oregon's got an awesome gym. We have a really awesome gym too. Once we start winning some games, I think we'll have the atmosphere that we want.
What I like about the conference is there's, you know, the big gyms like College of Idaho, Oregon Tech, but then you go like to Warner Pack.
Yep.
It's a completely different.
Or
Northwest, you're traveling, mate.
Yep.
that is not an
Always a
instant
battle.
win. That is always a tough place to play.
We fortunately got them this year for the first time in 9 years, and so it's like
in Kirkland.
We were here home,
okay.
Unfortunately at home, so I think it's going to be a little bit of a tougher battle this coming next. I think it's next Tuesday. We go up there and play them. Coach Keen's a good friend of mine, and I love what he's doing up there. And we kind of have the same situation when it comes to our off the court stuff that we battle with our guys and teams and stuff. And so he's an awesome coach, and he's got them playing really well. And so it's going to be a battle. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you giving me a couple of minutes. You got a couple of big games every weekend is a couple of big
Especially
games.
For our program right now. We're definitely just trying to get us in the right direction and hopefully just moving on from there.
Yeah. I wish you a lot of luck this weekend and a lot of luck moving forward,
always
Cameron.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
That's
guys.
Cameron Swanson. He's the head men's basketball coach, Evergreen Geoducks.
Go Geoducks.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks a lot to Cameron Swanson and to Evergreen State College giving me access there. I'm sorry that video paused twice right at the start. That was me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. It's a little bit different because, like I say, we're usually talking to coaches that are on a roll or have already built programs. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Cameron. Okay, so let's keep going with tonight's games or last night's games. Florida Memorial. They defeated New College of Florida 73-66. Latavius Mitchell, 31 points, 16 rebounds. There was not another player in double digits. Latavius Mitchell, 31 points, 16 rebounds. Florida Memorial, they won the rebounds 50-38. So they go to 18-5, and they're going to host Weber International on Saturday. Ave Maria, they won tonight at Coastal Georgia, 86-74. Miles Montecourt, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Jalen White, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. And Ave Maria goes to 19-5, and they're going to host Warner on Saturday. Here's the rest of the scores in the Sun. Kaiser won. There's really no surprises there. Let's look at the standings. So Ave Maria has a 1 full game lead on Kaiser. What is that? A 1 full game on Florida Memorial. So this coming Saturday, Southeastern is at Kaiser and Warner is at Ave Maria. Those are a couple of games to really watch. Jumping down to the Appalachian Conference, University of Pikeville defeated Bluefield tonight, 80-72. Bradley Bunch, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Keenan Cutlip, 23 points, 2 rebounds. So they go to 20-4, and they're going to be at Tennessee Wesleyan on Saturday. Taking a look at the conference tonight, the whole conference was in action. Milligan beat Bryan. That was a bit of a surprise. That was a big win for Milligan. Tough loss for Bryan. You can see the rest of the games there. CIU won, Pikeville won, Columbia won. So Pikeville has a game up on Bryan. What is that? A game and a half on CIU. So it's pretty tight. The first 5 teams are really tight. So if we look for Saturday, what are those first 5 teams doing? Bryan is going to be at Montreat. Kentucky Christian is at CIU. Pikeville is at Tennessee Wesleyan. And Columbia is going to be at Johnson. Keep an eye on those games. Going to the Chicagoland, the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. They defeated Holy Cross tonight, 76-56. Aitor Enabiarte, 24 points, 8 rebounds. Ramel Davis, 13 points, 4 rebounds. The Fighting Saints go to 19-3, and they will be at Viterbo on Saturday. So let's take a look at the conference, see what happened. Calumet, a couple of surprises. Calumet beat Indiana South Bend, 84-82. That was a surprise. And here's the surprise of the night out of the Chicagoland. Viterbo defeated St. Xavier in 2 overtimes. 85-84. So St. Francis continues to lead the conference. Indiana Northwest St. Xavier, Indiana Northwest and St. Xavier are tied, and Indiana South Bend is sitting there right within striking distance. On Saturday, couple games I'm going to be looking at. Indiana South Bend's going to be at St. Ambrose. St. Xavier's going to be at Calumet, and Trinity Christian at Indiana Northwest. I think those are some games that have the most opportunity to move the standings, as I say. Oh, look at all those stars. The Kansas Athletic Conference is crazy. This is the new GPAC. So Oklahoma Wesleyan wins, Ottawa wins, and Bethel wins. These are of the top 5, I think. Is it the 4 or 5? St. Mary loses at home to Evangel. Costly loss. See, they even got a red star. So Friends and Oklahoma Wesleyan are tied for first. Ottawa and St. Mary are, I guess that's tied for third. And Bethel is in, I guess that's fifth. But look at how tight it is. It's just so tight. So on Saturday, they're all in action. Avila will be at Bethel. Sterling will be at Oklahoma Wesleyan. Ottawa will be at Friends. That one has a lot of potential to move things. And St. Mary needs to get back on the winning track. They're going to be at McPherson, so they have to try to do it on the road. And in the WAC, a lot of action in there as well. Rochester Christian beat Lourdes, another tough loss for Lourdes. And Madonna, they get past a big speed bump. They go into the garage, and they defeat Northwestern Ohio. You know, Madonna's really been trying to get back into that WAC race, and it looks like they've accomplished it. So let's look at the standings. Indiana Tech continues to kind of run away with it. Run away. 3 games in this day and age, that's a lot. So Cornerstone, Lourdes, and Madonna are all essentially tied for second, right along with Lawrence Tech. You can see this. Who's going to finish second? That's why that Northwestern Ohio game was so big for Madonna. Saturday, keep an eye on Cornerstone on the road at Defiance. That's a game they should win. Madonna, again, another big test. They have to go to Rochester Christian. That is tough. And then Lourdes has to go to Aquinas. So we'll see what happens. Keep an eye on those games Saturday. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go back up to the GSAC real quick. Hang on. Okay, jumping back up to the GSAC. The Masters tonight, they defeated Park Gilbert 95-69. Caleb Lowry, 19 points, 11 rebounds. But Quincy Phillips had a night, 37 points, 4 rebounds. Great night for him. The Masters, they go to 20-4. They got the win they needed tonight. Let's jump down and look at the standings. One other game in the conference will show you that. Embry-Riddle won tonight as well. So Hope is still a half game up. Yep, hang on, sorry about that. Hope is still a half game up on the Masters. Arizona Christian is a half game back of the Masters. So tight 3-way race on Saturday. Look for, wow, that got that in the wrong place. The Masters is an action against Benedictine, but here's the big game. Arizona Christian will be at Hope. So that'll be Saturday in the GSAC. Check that out. Hey, thank you very much for everybody who listens. I really appreciate it. Big night in the NAI. Check in with us tomorrow on Friday. We'll have Greg Tonigal, Indiana Wesleyan basketball. And don't forget to get to some NAI basketball games this weekend. This is Billy D. That's all I got. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAI school because NAI basketball is the best entertainment value in America.